Are you looking to find out what the current house prices are in Calgary as we go into November 2023? Well, in this video, I'm going to be covering my Calgary real estate market update for November 2023, and I'm going to be discussing the four types of properties that we have. So that's detached homes, semi-detached homes, row housing, which is townhouses, and apartments. So this is going to help you get a really good understanding of what the house prices are currently, as well as these charts that I'm going to be going over will give us a good indication on the direction of the market as we head into 2024. So if you're thinking about making a purchase in Calgary, you'll definitely want to watch this. I'm going to be covering some of the things like the interest rates and how they're affecting Calgary, Calgary's overall market, housing market. It's really important to understand that as making a decision to buy a home is obviously a very big one. And this is going to help you with that decision making. So, by the way, if you're new to my channel, my name's Dean Martin. I'm a real estate agent here in Calgary, and I've been selling real estate for over 30 years here, and help a lot of people that are relocating from different provinces or different parts of the world into Calgary. So feel free to, of course, subscribe to my channel. This channel is everything about living in Calgary, Alberta. And of course, ring that bell. That way you get updated on my next video. All right, so we're going to get started right after this. Okay, so let's get started with a quick overview of what happened as of November 1st, 2023. Calgary's total residential prices combined, this is a benchmark average price. So with all these together, they average out to $571,600, which is showing a nearly 10% year over year increase. The detached homes in that type of property specifically is 697,600, so up 12%, so a fairly large increase. Semi-detached, 628,700. So row housing, which is townhouses, actually had the biggest increase at 19.2% at 425,200. And apartments also continue to rise, and they're at now 316,600 as a benchmark. So overall, we're seeing the prices continue to go up. And, and there's no surprise here. There's just still so many people moving into Calgary. And if you look at it across Canada, there's a shortage of housing. And Calgary's no different. There's just a shortage of listings, so homes for sale as well as rental. And this is going to continue on for the next foreseeable future, just because we just can't build enough houses and keep up with this influx of people moving to Calgary. Here's a good graph to so you can get a good visual on how much our inventory at this time of year has been since October 2023, or sorry, October 2018. We had a peak there, and then look at our inventory now. So it's like half of what is normal. So again, this is just putting that pressure on pricing, and with people wanting to buy, they're going to pay more money if they can, and right now that's what they're doing. But let's take a closer look at each of the different types, and we're going to start off with the detached homes. Okay, so this is our detached inventory and sales graph. This one is a really good graph because it really tells us a really clear story on what's happening with the price and how the inventory and the sales are affecting the price. So if we look back last year, we were experiencing a bit of a dip. It was a small dip, but nonetheless, it was a bit of a dip, so softening on prices. And it was right after summer going into fall, and they dropped I think maybe it was about 20,000. It wasn't a lot. And then as soon as December and January, it took off again. And I thought maybe we were going to see that again as we went from, August, September here, but it's corrected again and still pushing upwards. So, but as you can see, the space between the inventory and sales is really not that big. There, the bigger, like as you can see here in October of last year, there's a bigger spread between the two, and that's when you typically will see the prices continue to drop. So, and as you can see here too, this tightening of the difference between inventory and sales got tighter here, and that made the prices go up. So again, it's just the law of supply and demand that really dictates the price. And some people think it's the real estate agents that are doing it. I wish we had that much power, but we don't. It's totally the market that's making these prices react the way they do. So if we also look over here, these are months of inventory. So this is how many months it would take for our current inventory of detached homes to be sold off if there wasn't a new listing. And it's sitting under 2 months. So this is all seller territory, so seller market territory. Once you get up higher in this 3-4 months range, that's where the market will change and become more of a buyer's market. So as you can see here with semi-detached, same thing with detached. We saw a little correction going downwards, but now we are continuing forward upwards, and as you can see here, the difference between the sales and inventory is actually not very big. So things are still selling very quickly. With days on market is definitely in the seller's market territory. And for row housing or townhouses, very steady growth. Increase is just being steady. And look at the look at the difference between the sales and inventory. Very tight. So we're seeing, if there's a new listing for a townhouse, they do sell very quickly, and obviously the prices are continually going up. We're seeing those multiple offers still with the townhouses. And for apartment condos, inventory and sales, again, just a steady increase. This is the least expensive type of property in Calgary, of course, and that's why I think there's just huge pressure for apartments to continue to rise in price. As you can see here, there's a huge amount of sales and good inventory, but it's just getting eaten up. And if you look over here under the months of supply, it's very low. And so as soon as they come on, they're getting sold. So, if you're an investor or looking to buy and live, really these price ranges are going to start to disappear on the lower end. So you can see on the sales by price range, the biggest amount was in the $200,000 to $300,000 range, but still quite a few in the $300,000 to $400,000. So as we'll see, this probably continue as prices rise. We're going to see more sales in the higher price range, and eventually less sales in the under the $200,000 range. Some of my clients are very concerned about what's happening with the interest rates and how those are affecting purchases of homes in Calgary. Obviously, this is making a difference for a lot of people on what they can buy. So, for instance, if you 2 years ago or even a year and a half ago were pre-qualified for a home, a purchase price of $700,000, and you were at like a 2.5% interest rate. Now you're over 5%. That's going to make a big difference. That you now can't necessarily buy $700,000. It might bring you down to a $500,000. And so instead of buying a single detached home, you're going to maybe look at a townhouse or a semi-detached. So we're seeing a lot of that right now. As far as prices decreasing, supply and demand still dictates what's going to happen here. So I think as long as we see the people coming into Calgary, we're going to see that pressure on our supply, and that can't change. I mean, our supply, people aren't really leaving Calgary. They don't have a better place to go necessarily. So we have a lot of good jobs here, a good economy. And so people, again, if they want to move to a place where they have this similar type of jobs, house prices are actually more expensive in those areas. So don't expect, I don't think that prices are going to change a whole bunch in Calgary in the near future. Until we see Toronto and Vancouver drop significantly and get closer to our price range, I believe people will continue to come here, continue to put that pressure on, and we'll probably see house prices continually stay at the price they're at and probably go up even a little bit more as we go further into 2024. So as you can see, things in Calgary as far as house prices, they are increasing still. As we go into 2024, I would expect much of the same until we see those numbers change in the other bigger cities in Canada like Toronto and Vancouver. I think we're going to have to expect more people to continue to move into Calgary, and which will put continued pressure or sustained pressure on our inventory here. So if you're thinking about making a move to Calgary and want to learn more about which communities best suit you and your family and your budget, I'd be more than happy to have a chat with you. Just reach out anytime. All my contact information is below. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions as well, feel free to contact me directly, or even just put them in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.